easy because everybody wants to knock you down. That's how it works. My next thing in books I wanted to create, I call it books for dummies. See, when I do something new, I feel stupid. I just got to tell you about me. I feel stupid if I don't understand it. It drives me nuts. It's like, scratching the damn chalkboard. I got to master this. I got to understand it again and again. I got to process mentally. For me, it's like anything else. Winning the game of business is fun. The Books for Dummies was taken, so I created the Millionaires Founders Kit. The Millionaires Founders Kit. I got lucky when I was in the 6th grade. Joanne, who I lived at Delane Street, she wired Apollo 9, 11, and 13. She was a NASA engineer. The guy that had the monkey that went up on the up, and away, he was down the street too. So what did I do? I learned the word blueprint. I thought everything was a blueprint. I call this the blueprint of success. It was on my TV and radio shows for over 30 years. So again, now, I don't want the kids today to screw up like you did or I did. We all screwed up. We don't know any better. Okay, we're getting older slower when as pretty used to be. The kids in high school and college, I want to start their credit file for them, and I want to give them their first credit card. That's what I like to do. Now, you have people on social media. You need a Capital One secured card. The answer is no. That would be an inquiry to drop your score. You get stuck, can't get any more. So if you allow my dashboard to start it, I usually can get your card from 1,000 to 3,000 right away. If you don't want my help, then it's basically Open Sky. Open Sky, $200 on the card, spend $25. That's it. So our goal should always be, as we're playing this game, learning to win, that's the ultimate goal. The kids don't know what to do. You guessed at it talking to friends and family. You've been playing the up and down show most of your life. All cards fluctuate. So every card you have should have a sticky on the back. A $10,000 card should be, I use $2,900. Simple. If I go past 28%, I drop my score, get stuck, can't get any more. These are rules and tools that I developed when I'm training Ken Yarbrough at TOW. The report's wrong. Thomas Raymond Woodbridge, back in the 70s and 80s, having some fun. They became a spirit in 96. The next thing is, you're going to have an excuse why you had to jack up a card. These don't fluctuate. What's your excuse? They have a paid overtime limit up to $100,000, and they're limited to $1 million. So if you got a blankety blank day, jack these up, not the other cards. You'll never drop your score, so you can get some more. You back yourself in a corner, and that's why. No one teaches rules and tools and foundation out there. They want to get rich. That's wrong. We don't want to be rich. So the children of today, high school and college, you can take a picture, scan it, and get a free download if you want to, or call the office. I like to start their file for free. Give them the book and CD as well. But again, it's up to you passing it on to them. What is the ultimate goal? Every one of us have been through hell. Hopefully my wife won't like that word. She didn't like the other word, oh, blanket day. So we all went through hell. I've been shot 3 times with a gun. I've been knifed 6 times. I was born in a taxi on the way to Guardian Hospital. Ate out of a trash can. I've been to hell and back. As far as I'm concerned, I think we're living in hell sometimes. We're better off in a better place when we're dead, but that's just my opinion. Here's what happens. Because of your lack of knowledge, you bring the pain home. If you would have known what card to jack up the day you lost your job, or didn't have one the next 6 months or a month or whatever, 8 months later, you wouldn't have bad credit today. People have bad credit because they kept dragging it on and on and on, unfortunately. So again, I'd like you to think what to do. Checklist. Everything to me is a checklist. Number 1, we have to basically increase our limits on the cards we might have today. No problem. The next thing we have to do is basically understand, all right, our credit is analyzed. We are analyzed and measured by a number. S is in, S is for, and credit score. So if we analyze people, I can do this for anybody. This isn't hard to do. Okay, getting somebody 160 points in 90 days. Okay, another 163 points in 90 days. All right, 200 points in 90 days. What you have to focus on is that graph that you have. It's on all the credit bureaus. You have a graph of the up and down show. It's on Analytical 750. It's on Experian. It's on even Credit Karma, which to me should be fired because they don't have Experian. No phone number to help you anyway. This one you clickety-clack. But that's just my opinion. Again, if I analyze you, I can tell you exactly what you need to do. If you do it, you'll have a 750 score. But if you don't listen, that's going to be on you. Next thing is, I think you should think about this. The day, the week of the year you have that old blankety blank, you bring the pain home. If we had $100,000 of credit, use $29,000, that's the average debt, that leaves us $71,000 in safety. $71,000 in safety allows us to get through that year. See, bad days don't last forever. They're usually 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, and that's about it. If we turn around now, we look at a different way to do things. Nobody rich and famous on planet Earth ever got rich and famous as a sole proprietor, a DBA. Again, a corporation. So again, we're going to go to the board. I'd like you to write with me if you would, please. See, when you write, your brain and your mind kind of follow along and you record things. If we look at you today, you, okay, circle you, you're like a bullseye. If we took you today and we had 3 divisions of you could actually change your life. But again, you filled out an SS5 form that equals an SSN. That equaled your 1040 tax return. See, this is how the IRS set it up for you. You didn't even know when you went to get that SSN, you fill out the SS5, that's the IRS, getting you to do it and assign you a number. We're bonded up to $35 million apiece. Until Nixon took the gold standard out in August 71, we had to do that 14 to 16. In 71 August, when Nixon took the gold standard out, every woman at the hospital has to fill out the SS5 form. Now, the problem with most people, sorry to say about you, what did you do? You should have realized the SS4 form, SS4, was created as a universal form. This form was created by the IRS, all right, for people, corporations, and entities. So that's what they wanted us to use in the first place. And nobody told us that, so the difference, you have to kind of guess at it. Your SSN, on the back of it says, do not laminate. Do not use for ID purposes. Do not carry with you. But again, it's a choice. If you would have created a line of defense and an umbrella around you, you could make sure that you brought the pain never home. You could actually have a division screw up, and then you could basically protect your family. But again, it's up to you. You got a choice today, and the choice is going to be up to you to follow through. A division of you. That's what I would tell you to do. Today, some of you, probably all of you, have an LLC. A limited liability company equals corporation. Maybe LLP partnership. Okay? Maybe you have the C Corp. Maybe you have the S Corp. All right, the nonprofit. Maybe the PC professional corp. Again, the problem with the corporations aren't the corporations, it's the liability that'll kill you. You see, a corporation is sued, they sue you. If somebody tells you that's not true, they're a liar. Your corporation is on Secretary of State's website. It's right there, Secretary of State's website. Your name right there on the bank account. The only voice that corp has is you, public record. That's why you never use your home address, because everybody knows where you live. Again, what should we do? Whatever corporation you pick, let's talk about Bank of America for a second. B of A, Chase, Wells Fargo, US Bank, they have branches. These branches are corporations owned by their parent company. They have a line of defense. When they bankrupt the pieces, they keep the assets and they just write it off on their taxes. You see, they're doing tax balancing, all right, B of A and the IRS. Again, that's something you could learn. But your corporation here today would have basically 9 divisions. When I created the division process in 85, 86, okay, because I didn't want to pay a franchise tax fee for the Shakey's pizzas I own, the 31 flavors, the Subways, the shopping centers, and the condos, I didn't want to pay all that money. I asked a question to Sacramento, could I create an entity? Please write down the word entity. See, the problem with you, you're watching me. You need to write what I write so you can memorize what I'm saying and what you're going to do. Again, that's how your brain and your eyes and your body and your ears actually work together. 7, 8, 9. See, for me, what I always want to create is a line of defense. So if I have 9 houses, okay, that means I have a piece of property under a division. I'm going to make sure I do a homestead blocker, UCC one, and a chattel mortgage. I'm not going to allow that tenant to slip, fall, and sue me and screw me up. I'm going to get an insurance claim back from them in the insurance that we have, renters insurance, for $65,000. So when we lose, we still win. So again, what are we trying to do? See, if you had 9 houses, that's 9 liabilities with the tenant, but that's 9 loans. See, that means it's 18, but you have to understand something. That's 18. So if we have 100,000 of credit here, 100,000, it's like the Blueprint loans or the American Express cards. Getting a card for every division would be the ultimate goal. Again, 1 card becomes 9 more equals 1 million of credit if they're 100,000 each. If we do this, but is it easy? No, please do not think easy. Okay, this is a management company no matter what type of corp you pick. But again, what do? All of a sudden, Billy Bob in the middle there, he wants to slip and he wants to fall, and he's going to sue you. Well, Billy Bob, we get to do exactly what the banks do. We get to disconnect, isolate, incorporate, and get rid of the bad piece and keep the other pieces. So again, division process, not only it separates liability, but it helps us get past go, is what I call it. So I'd say your corporation should have 18 divisions and play the game. Now, I build credit for people up to $60 billion for years over the last 49 years, no problem. They get their credit, they go away. Oh, I want a Blueprint loan. I want this, I want that. Okay, let's position it. Is it easy? No. Corporation, for instance, the word daisy chain you should write down, okay? We should also write down the Fair Lending Act. These are 100,000 paid over time limits in the cards, and they're unlimited to $1 million. American Express will offer you 99 more cards of 1 card. It's on their dashboard. They'll literally offer you a Blueprint loan up to $250,000. Is it easy? No, it's not easy. But again, the ability to play the game to win is what we're trying to do. It's not easy. If you want easy, that's not me. Okay, I'm going to make sure you do it the right way, and we're going to play the game to win. 100,000. If we have 100,000 times all the corporation's division, that's $1 million. If I handed you $1 million today, what would you do with it? What would you do with $1 million? First thing that comes to your mind, I'm going to buy a house and car. Blah, 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 blah. Stop. See, what you have to realize is, what do most people do? A corporation's a legal person. If we would take that $1 million, reference 3 times 5, we could turn that into 1.5 million. If we use borrow money to grow a business, it offsets the taxes. See, rich and famous people offset taxes. That's what I taught them for 49 years. They create debt, manageable debt. Storage unit. What did we do? Well, simple. My ex-father-in-law, Dr. Robert Soltis, and I bought a storage unit together. I said, Bob, would you like to partner with me? Now, he's kind of narrow-minded. He's just kind of straightforward. He was running the LA school board at the time, Dr. Robert Soltis. Sure, Ray, and why not? Now, we got $17,350 a month. His corporation received it, so did mine. So we absorbed the money, and the difference is now we got to pay back the debt. But again, now if we have too much money, we have to pay tax. So it's buy a Lamborghini, buy a spaceship, or have a nonprofit. It's kind of simple. See, you can create a paycheck to offset taxes anyway. It's tax balancing. But again, before you mess up, you might want to think, what have you done so far? You're 35 to 75 years old. I think you're disappointed. I think you got ripped off by friends and family, and you're trying to find something better to better you. But again, all right, I'm going to tell you it's me, but the difference is up to you. You got to follow through. If you don't follow through, it's not going to work. Again, now, this is what Santos does. Santos has 30 years in real estate. Okay, he's my vice president. When we go after the car washes, now understand, I wrote books on car washes, laundromats, pay phones, real estate, all kinds of stuff for the last 40 years. I've got clients out there showing, here's a laundromat, here's a dry cleaner, here's a car wash. So when you go after a project for like $500,000, we basically have allocated $10 million here, certified by the attorneys, that we can actually get into an escrow. So we basically let them know we have it set up. This is where if you got a Blueprint loan and want money into a project, you can get 25% of something. If we went after the laundromat, no problem, here we go. Then went $100,000 down. Maybe we'll put 4 people at 225,000. Maybe we'll put 2 at 50. Again, it's always a project. And another project of this one, 8,000 a month for 6 people. Again, the goal is we come across about 10 projects a week. My problem in the 80s is I had more escrows running than I had people. So what did I do? I took my clients and I turned them into my soldiers. I like to run fast, strong, but I like steady and strong too. I want steady and boring. When you drove by that Wendy's the other day on the right-hand side when you stopped at the light, why didn't you ask yourself why you don't own it? Across the street was a Jack in the Box, by the way. Why don't you own that too? I bought my first Jack in the Box when I was 19 years old, 19. Ahead of myself there. Borrowed money is not taxable. If I take this 40 million here, all right, and we play it again and again, having some fun. I got about $62 million of credit to play with on dashboards that are live. If I take the American Express or the stack on this stack, no problem. What am I doing? If I take borrow money, the goal is to basically buy a lifetime income. The lifetime income is what we're looking to do. But again, that could be a fourplex, never a single family. That's a waste of friggin' time and what a headache. Fourplex, apartment complex, a Wendy's, a Jack in the Box. Maybe it's a car wash. Something that's boring and steady you don't have to do anything with. We have companies, management companies who we work with. We have some of our own as well. But again, what do you get? I think you're disappointed because you invested in things before they did not work. And you expect me to have a magic wand and I don't. Okay, it'll take you, all right, 6 months to 9 months to get something in an escrow. Okay, that's what it's going to take. I have one that took them a year and a half because we're in the process of doing the up and down show a little bit. What slows it down usually is you, not me. The Ray Reynolds Investment Group, simple. I want to take it public in about 2 years, worth about $10 billion. I give you 3 choices. You do all the work, I'll teach you how. If we do it together, it's we do. I'm your CFO, I'm your attorney in fact, and that's what it is. I have power of attorney to talk to your banks with you, or get on that phone like I did with Linda today and 2 other people. I have a power of attorney to talk on their behalf, on their CFO. I didn't make it up, we have it in writing. Or I do all the work for you while you're trying to be an entrepreneur. You see, the problem we have today, do you want to be a millionaire? You're going to say yes. The answer is no. Okay? I'm sorry that the world is kind of tricking you. I'm rich. How rich are you? I've never seen someone stupid in my life. You see, I brought in my first million at 14 and a half, billion at 21, double billion at 26, 3.7 billion in 2009, but that's not my money. It all belongs to the corporation. I'm a puppet master. I don't own anything. I would like you to think about being a rich corporation. 9 divisions, that's 9 locations, and 9 more for 9 lines of credit. Is it easy? No. You've tried your whole life. What's going to hurt you to have 1 year to a year and a half like I had to do with Bob and get him past that go if he stopped knocking it off? But that's okay. That's what he did. What do? Win the game of business. You need to think, very simple. It takes 38 steps to reach your goal. We have to process something 8 times to memorize what we're doing. And that's what our goal should be. Now, I didn't know any better. I'm 17 and a half. I own 19 houses. Put in my divisions, no problem. And what did I do? I went to an event called Payphones. Eventually, I wrote a book about payphones and laundromats and all that other stuff. So we go to this event. They want $1,600 per payphone, and they guarantee you the route. Okay, no problem. Sounds good. $1,600, and they make an average of $300 a month. I'll take 10, please. I use my lines of credit. I'll take 10. Security Pacific Bank gave me a line of credit. No problem. I'll take 10. No problem. They say they make $300 a month. So how many months would it take to basically pay for itself or to pay the payment? And they're making money no matter what. So that's what we do. I go back to the events again and again, and about 30% of the people would complain because they're not making enough money. Stop. You're trying to get rich. It's a payphone. You can't get rich off payphones. By the time I was buying routes and having about 22,000 payphones, it was about $6.6 million a month. That's the company's money, not mine. Again, you see, to me, I created something called auto income. I didn't know we should call it passive income. I don't care. I needed my bills paid. That's all I cared about. Let's pay the bills and get the leftover to feed ourselves and don't eat out of a trash can. Your guarantee, if you do what you're told to do, is $5,000 a month positive cash flow. If you do what you're told. Me, I accomplished my goals. I have no excuses. I can take 2 steps and I've been kicking the light at 13 feet. I don't have to do all these flippity dippity doos and this phony wood they break nowadays. And back then we didn't have Fruit Loop boats, you know, purple, green, blue, blah, blah, blah. Oh, come on. It's black, white, or you die. It's simple. Oh, well, there's brown too. So what do? We got goodies. I like goodies. But I don't own any goodies because I'm not dumb enough to put in my name. That's just my opinion too. So we repackage it like Humpty Dumpty. Not easy. I studied the Kennedys. When I was dropped off at Redondo Beach Pier when I was 3 years old, she said, be here at 5 o'clock or I'll leave you there to die. I ran over to the pier. I mean out of Chaska and I'm hungry. I stole off the pier, got caught. He's going to throw me over the pier. But he did give me a choice. All he could say is, boy, take out the trash or I'll call the police. I listened good. I took out the trash. I was known as boy until I was 9.5 years old, cleaning the chum buckets and everything else. Going to their mansions on the weekend, shoveling horse and cow, you know what? Kennedy's, Hilton's, Firestone's, Getty's, Ford's. If you don't leave a legacy, it'll never get started again. When someone passed in your life, they're in a better place, you got a little money, a house, whatever, you got probate. If you leave the legacy, I'm trying to build you, all right, the family, your kids can take over as officer. They don't have to pay tax ever. Learn from the Kennedys, the Hiltons, and the Firestones, and the Gettys, and the Fords. I started something 40 years ago called the Puppet Master Club. I don't want to own anything. I just want to control everything. That's me. I want to take, like Linda. Linda's great. Linda's kind of a pain in the ass too sometimes. But again, she's got my cell phone number. She's had it for years. She started in 1986. She spent $2,000 with me in a program called Eagle's Nest that went worldwide. Cost her $26 a month. Taking Dwayne and taking Linda, all right, getting them the personal credit, the corporate credit, getting a blueprint loan, getting the Hyatt turned into the blueprint apartments in, you know, Texas is kind of fun. You want to put 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, and no one to do it all? No problem. Well, what did it take? It took a year and 210 days just to get this far. She's not done. She's not done. She does other things as well. So the goal should always be, you take a picture of Linda, have her tell her story to you. She'll say, I made her $1 million 5 times. But again, I still say it's 8. But who cares? That program right there, the product she's working on, should be a $27 million project, she said. But with profit and non-profit, we're offsetting the taxes. Me, I can just show you 21 cars in a car collection. They'll belong to me. Every time I have a bad day, I just get in the car and turn on the engine. Simple. Why would you want to write off your car in a little bit of mileage and something, just protect the registered owner? Why don't you trade it in and have a company car? If the corporation buys it or the division, it's not your car, it writes it all off. And you take your LLC and your C Corp, make it an S Corp. But again, that's just me. I'm going to play about $2.2 billion at the time, 1,013 divisions, no problem. So if you allow me to write your list, check it twice, okay? And we're going to go through this process, and I'm going to tell you what to do every 3 weeks. Not easy. Some of you get this piece and this piece and piece, and then you want everything again. If you stay consistent, you can accomplish the goal. The up and down show slows us down. What I learned, very, very simple, when I was 7.5 years old, I heard it in a poker game. I'm not in the poker game. I'm in the corner. Mrs. Hope's having a poker game, rich and famous people. They said a corporation's a legal person. Okay, I wrote it down. I'm curious, but I'm reading books since I was a little kid, memorizing everything. I figure the way out of hell for me is try to be smarter than anybody I know or ask questions so people, can answer the question. Grown-ups, I thought they were just stupid. Corporations, a legal person may sue or be sued. You have a corp today, they can sue you. Someone tells you any different, that's a lie. The bottom here says under 17983, not required to file a fictitious business name, right there. That I knew at 9.5 years old, I was wrong. I felt something was wrong and I didn't know what it was. Couldn't figure it out right away. But understand, you have a corporation, great. But let's understand something today, okay? I spent $10 when I was basically 9.5 years old. You got 10 bucks? See, most of you spend thousands of dollars to an attorney, corporate service, or a CPA or something. They're practicing law because they haven't got it right yet. I'm saying they get ripped you off. See, the problem is you didn't learn diddly squat. Corporations are free in all 50 states. All 50, you just pay your filing fee. When I started Helping Hand Industries, I got $100,000 of credit in the mail, freaked us all out. Well, what do? People got credit cards in the mail, personal corporations back then all the time. But then what do? I got named in the movie Dave, no problem. I started the Orange County Blind Center. I used the word Braille, and I got sued for that too. Everywhere I turn, someone's kicking my ass. The lie. Now, on social media, you have two people, no, actually three the other day. You can bankrupt a corporation and do it again. That sounds like RICO, wire fraud, or racketeering. It doesn't sound like fraud. Let's understand. Yes, a corporation can file bankruptcy in the Federal Protection Act. You can check it out, it's public record. But again, did you sign for the car, the building, the lease, and the credit card? The answer is yes. So that means you pierced your own veil and they sue the corp, they sue you. So understand, the only way around that is the division of you. When I wrote a book with Ken Yarborough, Security Chief at TRW in 1987, we called it File Segregation. I didn't like it. Ken said, well, your divisions take too long. A corporation today, set up today, filed, and a division filed today in you, I give you a credit for all three at the same time. The only thing I can't get for the corp or the division is a line of credit. They want it to be 2 years old. A division of you can replace you to guarantee leases and cars and whatever you do, but it's up to you as well. Is it easy? No. How long did it take for you to start your credit file? How many times did you screw it up guessing and listening to ding-dongs around you no matter what you do? Well, there's the problem. If you would have known the 29% rule, you didn't jack up the wrong card and got these cards here, you wouldn't have had bad credit in the first place, most of you. Again, we have to have the discipline behind it and the rules and tools. Here's Dun & Bradstreet. Analytical 750 will help you with that as well. Their application, their website helps personal and business credit. So take a picture, get your DUNS number right away because that's supply and vendor credit. The goal is like help me, help you, and other people is simple. We pay 10% to anybody you refer. And you register them in HubSpot. You say, I want a check, I want Zelle, or a store credit. So you get 10% for every referral. Nobody can rip you off and you get all that money, hopefully to your corporation. As a little boy, they'd always ask, how you doing? They all knew I was doing bad. I was eating out of a trash can or being used and abused. Nobody cared. Simple. My response ever since I was 2.5 years old is always good. Always good. See, that's my mindset. No one steals my peace. Thank you, Jesus, for that too. Now, if you like what you hear, put a Google review, please. If you don't like me, leave me alone, please. Okay? I had 13 turds online, and I got Robert who sued all of them, and Gary on the internet. I love him. He squishes them like a bug because they lie. I'll help the devil if you showed up today. Sinners. So if you screw up my program, don't blame me. Blame yourself. Look in the mirror and say you're guilty. So people who write crap nowadays, since the law changed last year, we get to go get them. I don't like liars. I'm online 6 days a week, helping everybody. So again, if you like me, review. Don't like me, leave me alone. Simple. I've been fighting since I was born in that taxi. So boring and steady is the goal. What do? Now here's where you get your cell phone ready to go. You ready? We're going to take a corporation with 9 divisions and find 9 locations. We're going to get 9 lines of credit. What's the total there? 18. So if I get 9 cards, 9 across the board, 100,000, that could be up to $1 million. There's only 10 cards I like anyway. Then we find 9 locations of some kind of business. We close an escrow. Is it easy? You're 35 to 75-year-olds. Hell, you've been trying your whole life. Has it been easy? No. It used to be easy for us? No. We're going to fight through the pain. Take a picture now. You see, this is financial freedom. I like boring and steady. I like every one of you own 25% of a storage unit, a laundromat, a car wash. Okay, I like you to basically have what? A Wendy's or a Jack in the Box. Some of those will only give you $4,000 a month. Some will give you 10, some will give you 30. But you got to start somewhere. So this is the goal. If I build you credit up and away, I'd want you to use it, not abuse it. The blueprint loan is very simple. Getting that corporation to get one of those, or the process for me helping you as well. A blueprint call. Everything to me is blueprint. Ever since Joanne taught that me as a kid when I was 6th grade. Past, present, and future. Good, bad, ugly. Do you have a tax lien? You have a bankruptcy? I need to know the answer. Do you have basically screwed up American Express and Chase? If you did, I got to give you a division of you. Because I can't get you another card unless I get around the problem you created in the first place. Family, husband, wife, kids, corporation. Do you have 18 divisions? If not, you're going to need them. Now, I sued your banks in 96 and I won, by the way. All the banks said, no, we want separate accounts. No, stop. I won, and they have to put divisions on the same account to filter the money. See, average balance, both lines of credit. So do we have an irrevocable trust? So we're going to plan to live, we're going to plan to die. We're going to make sure our family doesn't get stuck in a probate. Car is a division until you trade it in for a company car. House is bought through the trust from now on. And we're going to look at auto income and cash flow for you per time. That was in my book, in 1976, page 6, paragraph 3, by the way. I wrote it down. But again, a blueprint call is normally $2,000, and you and me on the phone for an hour with your partner of life. If you did it while I'm on broadcast, I give it away for $9.99. If you don't do it, then you don't. You blew it. Call the office, pay more. It's simple that way. What is our goal? If you sell anything during the broadcast, you save 10%, but it's up to you. I like to show you if you partner with me, it becomes free. Now, partner with me is not going to be easy. I get clients like the one I had earlier today. Oh, I'm going to do this, I want to do that. No, you're not. Stop it. What do you mean? I want to do that. Stop it. Stop it. No. See, I'm a person, I'm going to tell you what to do. When you say something you're going to do and I don't believe in it, I'm going to say, no way, blankety blank. Okay? He wanted to basically use credit cards to pay a debt down and go back and forth and commingle the funds. Then you want to put that in an escrow. No. Again, you'll make it worse. So what do? When you partner with me, we're going to basically make sure the division process is done correctly. In 1987, I created a dashboard that allows tax ID or Social Security number for a person corporate division. Simple. Now here's the form. Now this form in 1984 said husband and wife. Remember chapter 18 I showed you a minute ago? Now required to. If your corporation has a division, it's number 4A. One of my corporations will be 4. And then there'll be a B and a C. I believe in the beginning you should always partner with 4 people. You're not partners at all. You're in an escrow, you own your piece. Okay, you own your piece. Partners on the same corporation and share the office, I think is stupid. Because all they do is fight about need and greed. Here's a way, if you wanted, you can own 25% of a Wendy's, a Jack in the Box, a storage unit, a laundromat. I've done this since 1987. What is our goal? Get a piece so you get auto income. I don't care if it's 5,000, 10,000, or 4,000 right now. Get something coming in. Auto income makes sense. It's a 12-month program, and I'm going to be on the phone with you every 3 weeks. You're going to be scheduled. I have 40 people in it. That's all I can handle. I only have 2 openings now anyway. So what happens is I only do 3 calls a day, okay, and I do on broadcast 6 days a week as well. Here's a program that can get you $200,000 of credit, a blueprint call, 12 months of coaching. It's usually $27,000. Again, if it was done tonight while I'm broadcasting, I always give the discount of $20,000. You save some money. If you don't need all the credit and the goodies, let me just coach you to get you in an escrow. Okay, the goal is I have 2 left anyway out of the 4. So what happens is we get you into an escrow. Now, one of the things that happens, just like people like on the blueprint loan this last week, because it's the end of the quarter and the beginning of the next quarter. They need bank statements, so I give them bank statements. If they partner with me, we're going to use my bank statements. We're going to make them an officer. We've got to put on a bank. We're going to do whatever it takes, whatever gets us to that process legally and ethically. If we partner in, we can do all kinds of stuff. And that's what happens. You're allowed to use my bank accounts. Do you have $500,000 to $1 million in and out of your account every month? I have several accounts that do that plus. So we'll use the little accounts or the big ones. What would you like to do? Take a picture. There's your Zelle. I would say now. And that's the ultimate goal. If you want, you can call the office at 800-254-9506. During this broadcast, you get the discounts. After the broadcast, the answer is no. It's not going to happen. Now, you're going to need a shared office space. Don't use your home address. The bank will not allow you to use shared office space half the time for an account or a mailbox, etc. But again, what do? I lease out 12 feet at a time. So we're not considered shared office space at all. You lease your 12 feet, that's what you get. I allow this to be the people I partner with, usually a couple of spaces left. So what happens? You get an address. Address in California, whoever you're at as well. Maybe you're in both states. Let's grow the business. That would be the goal. But again, when I established the Ray Reynolds University in 2001, one technology drive Irvine Spectrum was 22,000 square foot building. We had locations in Arizona and Texas and Utah. This one here is 22,000 square feet. For some reason, God had a different plan for me. I got 3.7 billion of structure helping people, having fun all the time, but then I got to go in a coma. I got to die in a coma and come back. What happens for you is I believe you sit at the kitchen table with your friends and family. And you said, honey, we're going to jack up the credit cards. We're going to drop the score. We're going to get stuck. I can't get it anymore. We're going to hawk the house. We're going to bring the pain home to you and me. And we're going to be silly and stupid. That's what you did. Sorry. What you should have always done is build a corporate credit. It's a write-off. The goal is to never bring the pain home. Never. But it's up to you. The NACB, National Association of Credit Bureaus of America, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? I don't care. They certified me as the #1 consultant worldwide. Okay. All I can tell you is I created the 29% rule. All your dashboards say below 30% because I created it when I'm training Yarborough and basically 87, 86 and having some fun. There you go. 29% is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. Balancing your debt and using the right cards if you have an emergency would save your assets, but it's up to you. 1987, the dashboard I created, setting up credit files under SS4. I'm allowed to use an SSN or SS4, it's right there on the bottom. Give me a name of a person or corporation or an entity, and I can start a credit file instantly. You try with the inquiries and all the silly things you did, it's like, yeah, you made a mess. Most of you made a mess in the beginning when you started your file. Let's do it my way first. But again, what do we have? The IRS creates an SS5 form to get SSN to create the 1040 tax return. The IRS creates a form called SS4, all right, which is an 1120 or 1065. Line 1 in front of you, because the SS4 was created as a universal form. If you look at it and you go out and do your research, you'll find that out to be true. It says legal name of entity or individual person. So again, we're allowed to have a division with our name with the tax ID. My dashboard allows me, all right, to basically use the word optional when it comes to a Social Security card. When I take a card and I want to daisy chain it to more cards, no problem. When I want to put a tax ID there, I get to do that. Or I can put SSN, but I like tax ID better. It's optional. So we get to play the game to win. I don't want to do anything wrong. I want to abide by their rules and tools. The IRS is in charge of everything, as far as I'm concerned. All cards fluctuate but two. These do not fluctuate. Those are the cards you would jack up and you have an emergency and no blankety blank day. But it's a 750 score. So why do you need me on a call? You don't. You don't need me at all. I mean, look what you're doing so far. You're watching me because I did it and you don't know how to do it. So let's play together and do it together, okay? You see, I think most of you, again, are disappointed a little bit. I took Bill's card, it's $300. We added my history to my dashboard, turned it to $35,000. All right, this is Katie's card. We turned it into $26,000. D, we turned it into $30,000. Robert, we did $30,000 as well. So again, you see, it's hard to balance this score when you have a small limit anyway. So what I've done on calls like I did today, I'll increase some limits or answer the questions and help them as well. I had one blueprint call today too. Unfortunately yesterday, all right, when the power went out 5 times, the internet did the same thing. It's like we're playing the up and down show in our office yesterday. If you want to call with me, it's $3.99, very simple. We'll go do whatever you want us to do or increase some limits and log onto the dashboards. But it's up to you as well. Now, I don't like the word fraud, but the credit repair companies, the Federal Trade Commission says they're fraud. I didn't say they did. Do some of them do some good? Probably. Or a lot of them do a little bad? It's all over the place. When they indicted the Credit Repair Cloud, the #1 out there in the first place, and dashboards and everything else, this kind of scares me. So again, be careful, please. What happens is most of them are using the book I developed 35 years ago anyway. It's called Winning the Credit Game. It's a free download. It's been out there for years and years and years. So you can get a copy or you can go on Amazon and buy it for 10 bucks. It's up to you. But again, what do? I believe you need debt crisis intervention. In other words, let's not just tell you about they can do collection agencies. Let's give you the Fair Debt Collections Practices Act right there. Take a picture. See, you need to help yourself. You need to understand. We have the raised library at Amazon. You can take a picture and click it. Again, what do? You get to get some more information. Information is key, but follow through is also key to that too. But again, Analytical 750. I like Analytical for many reasons. Number one, they have Experian. Okay, Credit Karma does not. Chase, your banks use Experian. I need to see that. If I want a Freedom or a Sapphire, I want ink cards, I need to see Experian. When it says, well, peekaboo and guess, Credit Karma should be fired, in my opinion. But then that's my opinion. So again, you could take your picture and sign up for Analytical 750 today. They're going to charge you 25 bucks a month. They're going to call you every 46 days and tell you what's next and make sure you stay on your toes. From there, they're going to set it all up that they call you, and they're going to help you with your Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, Trendro, and Equifax for business as well, if you wanted to. But again, that's what their app's going to do as well, and they're all set up ready to help you. That's the ultimate goal. Help you personal and business at the same time. So I would say take a picture, scan it, sign up later today, and make sure you get all 3 agencies as well. And that's the ultimate goal. Now, I lost my job. I have 2 kids to feed. Well, if he did, he has a house. He lives somewhere in an apartment or lives with mom. No problem. What do? We drive Uber, Lyft, or DoorDash. That's what we do, have a garage sale. I don't tend to believe this man. You can go to the church for the food for the kids, but you're wearing your jammies and you're making $210 a day holding up the sign. Why would he get a job if nobody's going to help him out? Let's get him to work. Let's get him to show up, put him on the phone. What do you do when you come out of a coma and $3.7 billion of structure is gone with your wife and kids in the car? What do? You do what I had to do. Very simple. I took my 3 divisions of me right here and my 5 closet divisions. I built $1 million of credit, all right, within 6 weeks. I got my wife her next dream house. You see, happy wife, happy life. That's how it works. But again, this is what I did. I always have a backup for a backup because I'm always planning that, you know what day. Because I think it's always going to kick my assets anyway. So we play. I'm going to tell you to plan the problem. Plan the problem so you have your safety credit. That's why you need that $100,000 of personal credit. Corporation's a legal person. It's right there. It's public record. Supreme Court deemed it to be true. Not here to be CPA and attorney for you. Very simple. If you don't have a corporation, take a picture. I've been giving them out for 49 years for free. Free. I had 2 attorneys give me a bad time online lying. So I had Robert and this guy here kick the you-know-what out of them. I don't like liars. They're being disbarred now. They should have shut up. They shouldn't lie. See, they don't like the fact I give corporations for free. They charge $5,000 for a piece of paper and make you pay the filing fee. Your corporation's allowed 4 things. That's it, 4 things. Let's write it down. To buffer tax, corporate credit. We want to get all the credit we can so we can finance the American dream, no problem. And the car at fleet price, and we get the free buffet. That's all it does. See, a corporation should be a management company, managing entities, line of defense, multiple functions, buy at wholesale price, multiple credit reports. So if you do this correctly, if you had a problem, it wouldn't be the corporation, it would be the division, like your banks do. You see, your problem is you don't build a line of defense. You're not prepared to have an old blankety blank day. I am. There's the goal. What do we do? How many divisions should we have? Well, if I have 9 locations, I need 9 lines of credit. There's 18. So 18 becomes 36. 36 is 72. You have to decide how many make sense for you. If you want an apartment complex, you're going to have 125 of them. You have no choice because you want a division for every tenant. You don't know who's going to slip, fall, and sue you and screw you up. In my books 40 years ago, corporation, division, subdivisions, and on. Helped me create up to $16 million at the time. What do we do? The division of me, person, corp, division, or subsidiary. Line 1, again, what can I do? All right, the Lamborghini was $6,800 a month. I didn't guarantee it. The division of me did. It's in a division and corporate name. Get to write it all off. It's not my car. I got the keys. When I sign a lease of a building, the same thing. When I look at pieces of property, same thing as well. From there, I looked at one thing. The S is for is to receive money. It's what it's always for, money. Then daisy chaining of credit. Every division should have its own credit file. Every division has the ability to play the game to win. And that's the goal. Aren't we supposed to win the game of business? Get the American dream? 18 years ago, as an affiliate, I got your cash applications. All your cash applications have the division process on the application today. And nobody knows why. Well, between coma and pandemic, it slowed me down a little bit. Again, what do? If we look at this correctly, American Express on the dashboard says, would you like 99 more cards? That could turn to $100 million. Be careful, please. If you get the American Express Platinum, Business, and Personal, and Expense Card and Division Cards, all these cards at the same time, no problem. If you need help, I help you do that all the time. The Gold Card as well. Now, I would tell you to get 2 personal ones, so let me do it for you, because I get your paid overtime limit higher than you can, and then the corporation as well, but it's up to you. If we want a pack of 3, 6, or 10, that means do I want 3 cards to turn into 3 more? Do I want 6 cards to get 6 more? Do I want 9 to get 9 more? So if we wanted to, we could actually, 1 card out of the 10 cards that I like could have basically a pack of 10 eventually, and that's over $1 million. A pack of 3 is like $3,000. Pack of 6 is $7,000. A pack of 10 is 10 grand. This can convert into $1 million of credit in about 6 months if you want, up to you. It's a Zell process as well. And I'm always going to say now. If we use manageable debt, we have $100,000 of personal. We have $1 million of corporate credit. Again, auto income, what do we do next? We leverage money. To leverage money. So again, what do? Borrow money is not taxable. Fourplex, apartment complex, the Wendy's, the Taco Bell, maybe the Jaguars, maybe McDonald's. Again, what should you have? It's nice to see clients out there explaining things to people. It always concerns me when they talk about credit repair. See, the IRS and the Attorney General's office don't like you to do it because it's actually against federal law. You're supposed to be a nonprofit with a 501c3, which I am. But again, it's your choice. We don't do credit repair. We'll rebuild you and help you. But again, you do what you want to do. The ones that go out there and say, I'm rich, it really bothers me because they're not rich. They have a corporation that might be rich. They're the puppet master. I believe the IRS is checking them out. 2 of them been in prison before. One's been indicted 3 times. Be careful, please. I believe you should not be a millionaire. I believe you should be a millionaire corporation. That would be the goal. 9 divisions, 9 locations. That would be the ultimate goal for you. But again, what do? I had a problem in the late 80s. They're shrinking my limits. And so what do? I can't use all the credit. I got $53 million of credit cards. I can't use all the limits. I wrote a book called Buckets of Money. I took a $4.6 million of that credit and I turned it into buckets of money. I loaned it out. Then I did $16 million. Then I did $32 million. I found out if I used the credit, it gave me auto income of $190,000 a month. The notes behind that were $1.1 billion. I created something called Homestead Blocker, UCC, and a chattel mortgage. So I wouldn't lose. When I win, if I lose, I still win. So that phone call you might want, if you want, there's one left tonight. If you want to sign up right away, it's $3.99. It's basically a Zell now situation. Repackaging like Humpty Dumpty, simple. What is our goal? If we went after an apartment complex, here's what I don't like about my old client. He's out there gathering money and investing for you, but then you got $4,200. No. If I get an apartment complex, I want you to own a piece. I want you to have auto income. That's a division, buying the apartment complex and 125 subdivisions. I want you to get an income forever. That's the goal when you close an escrow. I want you to become the bank and help me split deed these things to $126,000 a month. They want $3 million. Okay, it's seller finance, no problem. They want 10% down. All right, let's give them $300,000. Let's put 6 people in there at $50,000 each. Now we got $13,452. Are we done? No. What do I want to do? I want to split deed them. I created a form in the late 80s called assignment of mortgage. You might want to Google it and find it out today. You want a Wendy's, storage unit, fourplex, or apartment complex right there. Those are the numbers that make sense to me. But do what you want to do. See, when you go to a car dealership, it's new car, used parts, used new parts. A division needs to have 2,000 of history. I don't need tax ID. I got a client the other day says, Ray, I got my 9 divisions, my 9 tax IDs. What do I do next? Cancel the tax IDs. You don't need them till your Daisy Chain credit for 6 months. And why don't you let me add history because you're stuck? Yeah, I can't get credit. Hey. I don't understand, silly. You allow me to set them up so then I can get the history and get the RI from there. And basically what are we going to do? We don't need tax ID till we Daisy Chain credit. Very simple. They're usually $1,000 each. So today you can get 3 for $919.99 with or without credit, 9 or 12. This is the last day of the third quarter. It's over. So this is going to go away. If you don't get 9 divisions at $999 tonight, you'll pay basically $4,500 tomorrow. If you wanted 9, 18, 36, 72, you write it down, take a picture. If it's Zelle, you say 10% on the Zelle. If you need 100 subdivisions, it's $4,000 if it's done tonight too. If not, call your specialist tomorrow and get what the normal price would be. So again, I like the clients helping people. I don't like the word credit repair because it's not broken. Credit rebuilding would make sense. Help them. Some of those collections you're trying to get rid of, the reality is you might have to negotiate the debt. Again, I don't want you to say you're rich. I'm not rich. Or I've never been rich. Corporations might be rich, but again, I'm going to be a puppet master. I don't want anything in my name. If you need 100,000 of credit at the office, I usually charge about 10%, 10 grand. Their discount today was $8,000, no problem. If you did it on a webinar with me, it's $5,000 right there. And if you want 200,000, then 100,000 you and the corporation simultaneously, my offer tonight is for $6,999. If it's a Zelle, now. Again, there's your Zelle. If you need to call the office, no problem at all. And if you want to use a card, they will charge you 5% more. So what do? Phone calls with me answers some questions. But I like to spend an hour with you and your partner of life. So the phone call is going to be short and sweet. Answer your questions, log in some accounts, and maybe increase some scores. No problem. From there, if you like me, Google review, please. If you don't, please leave me alone. All right, I don't like people that lie. Robert and this guy is beating the crap out of 13 people that lie. I don't like liars. I'll help the devil if he shows up today. If you jack up your credit cards and you basically drop your score and get stuck and apply during the program, you violate the rules and tools, you screwed up, not me. So understand, I want to set up the kids, high school and college, their first credit file. I want to give them the first credit card. Take a picture, download it. It's a free download for you. You can call the office at 800-254-9506 as well. What is the goal? Go to the Ray Reynolds Library. It's right there. That's all you got to do. I've written over 65 books over my lifetime so far. We can have fun. I don't believe you have your time. I think you basically let time control you a little bit. I would suggest get up an hour every day, become a puppet master, learn how I got 1,013 divisions to separate liability, do Boyne and Steady. That makes sense to me because that's the picture you should have took. That should be on your basically refrigerator, your desk at work, your screensaver, cell phone, and what? Your computer. You see, when you name a corporation after you, they kind of get stuck. You name it what it does, it's stuck again. If it does business, you're kind of screwed up. Remember, banks own subsidiaries. Corporations own division process. But again, that's my opinion. It'll be up to you to listen and learn. Share a piece. Get 25% of a laundromat, a car wash, all right, a fourplex, apartment complex. Get some auto income. Partner with me, $26,000 tonight, it's $20,000. That gives you $200,000 of credit, by the way. From there, if you don't need that, you just want me to get you in an escrow, it's 10 grand, coaching every step of the way for the next 12 months. And we're going to get you an escrow close. The reality is you're going to have at least 5,000 plus. I'd like you to get to 100,000 if you let me keep playing with you. And most clients stay with me for a lifetime, by the way, if you don't know that. So 2 are opening right now. That's up to you as well. And we use my bank accounts if necessary. We get to play it. It's a Zelle, and it's a now, always. Or you call the office at 800-254-9506. So let's understand today, okay? If you want us to help your current business 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, we'll come up with a custom package for you. But again, if you partner with me, it's totally different than that. Now, Stellar Bank, I've helped many people get loans for $250. Chase will do it as well. And then the Blueprint loan, I would say American Express. American Express, all right, we want to take the Platinum card, and we can also use the Gold too. Their business. They're going to offer 99 more cards. It's a pain in the asset. They'll give you 99 more. The Blueprint loan, we're going to have to make sure you understand, if your account, bank account for business, has 100,000 in and out every month, and about 30 transactions, you'll be fine. If you don't, I do, so you might want to partner with me to do that. Okay, so we can partner with that, and the bank account get the process of getting a line of credit. David got 240, Carrie got 210. That's what you'd use to go into an escrow or something. It would make sense. But again, as you do this, you want to close an escrow. I believe everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. I believe they don't want to do half the work. The reality is half the world is freaking lazy. Of course, not you. But we should get to 100,000 a month. That would be the ultimate goal. 100,000 a month. So when I take and I do a Blueprint loan for you, and I charge you $5,000 using my bank accounts, tagging it together, that's what we normally do. I will charge you 10% after you get the Blueprint loan, but I don't charge it to after you close an escrow. I don't want you to have to pay a debt you cannot afford. All right, that would be fair of me to back you in a corner. If you did a Blueprint loan, we're using my accounts when needed. We can offer all kinds of other pieces it takes. Now what happens is we're going to show hundreds of transactions. Last month we had over 3,000 transactions in all accounts. So it's not a problem showing that. Tonight, if you did it, it's $19.99 for the standard Blueprint loan. It's going to take about 4 months. As I get a card for you, we're going to exercise the card and basically have some more fun to do that too. If you wanted to get a card under Ray Reynolds University, we can do that as well, which means we're going to basically make you a distributor of products as well, as we use the card to exercise it. That's how we answer the question for them. What do we do? Well, it's just another way to get another Blueprint loan. All right, I usually get 2 for people. One is standard and one is an expedited. But again, it's up to them. And that's $29.99 if it's an expedited Blueprint loan. We're going to build the card, exercise it, give it back to you, and a Blueprint loan on top of that. Those fees would be a Zelle, or you call the office at 800-254-9506. Help me, help you, and help other people. I think that's what we need to do. I think we need to have the world know about rules and tools. And then 29% rule and all the things that people don't teach you. Become an affiliate, get 10%. Look beyond the screen and beyond the curtain every day. When I was a little kid, I thought they were stupid. They kept telling me no. I'd read between 3 to 15 books a week, again and again all the time. I just wanted to know how to do something. When I asked the grown-ups, I just got bad information. The same thing kind of you did, probably as well. So look beyond that curtain. Stay safe, stay strong, do your best, let Jesus do the rest. Amen to that too. The ultimate goal tonight is very simple. 800-254-9506. I would tell you to call that right away. Talk to a specialist. They're going to be here for about another 20 minutes. I hope you listen and learn tonight. We get you past go. The ultimate goal is helping everybody we can. But again, I believe you got stuck a little bit. Let me help you get unstuck, but it's up to you as well. I'm Ray Reynolds. They call me the Godfather of Credit. Built over $60 billion so far, having fun with clients like you and rich and famous people too. So we do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. Never forget at the end of the day, God loves us all.